Alright you guys, so we have a lot of film to burn today. That's one job, that's one job, that's one job, and these are 3 jobs from the same client. So let me show you guys. Well, down here I have what I reclaimed the other day for screens. So let's see if we can somehow put all of those in these. If for some reason I'm not able to, I'm just gonna go ahead and start burning the most important ones, obviously, like this one. This is a very important job, so we need to burn this one first. And like most of you guys know, something like this can go on a 160 mesh. So the way you put it on your screen, when you're able to read it like this, basically face it towards the screen. And we're gonna need a T-square to make sure that our film is centered to the screen. There are many ways to put your film on the screen, but this is the one that I like. So what I do here is I use my registration mark to center the design to the screen, and I'm gonna go 4.5 inches down so that it gives me enough room back here for the squeegee to have the ink deposit in the back. And when I come up, I don't want to be touching the frame. So what I mean by that, let me take this down so I can show you. If we were on the press and I'm running the squeegee, I'm gonna lay the squeegee down, so I don't want any of the ink sitting where the image is. So that's why I don't want it too low. And also, once I come up and I pass the point of the print area, I don't want to hit this part right here and get ink all over my screen. So this right here is pretty centered. I'm comfortable where it's at, and I know that it's centered to the screen. That's why we use the T-square. Other people like to set up their film in many different ways. This is the one that I like. Okay, so let's do another one. Basically every single design that I'm doing today can go on a 160. So here we go with this one, same thing. We can go 4.5 down. Then we're gonna center it. Make sure it's straight. It's very important. Tape it down from all four corners so that it doesn't move on you when you're putting it in the exposure unit. And we're going to use the back side of that screen for another job. So we can put this job on this side. This is a center chest, so I'm going to go 5 inches down. I don't want it so high. Alright. So just like that, we have film on 2 screens already. And we have a couple more to go. More than a couple. So you guys, for all of those who are getting started with learning how to burn a screen, this will be the first step. Make sure that you have a T-square. You center your design, especially if you're doing a multicolor. The registration mark has to fall at the same distance from the top of the screen, otherwise you're gonna have registration problems when you come down to your press. So exposing it, there's a balance for exposing, whether you overexpose and underexpose. I've mentioned this before many of times. My exposure unit is perfect at 5 minutes and 30 seconds. If I go a little bit higher, I'm gonna have a hard time washing out the image because it would be overexposed. And if I fall under that 5 minutes and 30 seconds, the back side of the screen, once I wash it out, is gonna feel like it's really gooey. So some of that gooiness can fall into your image and cause problems like emulsion will dry in there, and it's just underexposed, so you don't want that. You just want to find that in between. So I'm going to continue to put the films on the screens, and then I'm going to start burning to wash them out and start printing. So for those who need help setting up a single color, this is how we burn it, and I'll show you how to set it up. And since I just showed you guys how to use the back side of the screen for other jobs, which you should use your common sense for that, I will show you how I tape it so that it doesn't give me any problems when I have, for example, here I'm printing a design here and I have something on the back. So I'm going to show you how I tape it, especially when both images are not the same color. So if we have a, let's say, orange on one side and black on the other, I don't want any of that orange touching where it's going to get printed in black. So I'm going to go over that with you guys, and that's going to be something simple to learn today. Okay, so we just finished. Okay, so I just finished burning all of the screens. The client is gonna come down and watch me print the shirts. He asked me if he could. I told him he can. So after that, once he's gone, I'm gonna show you guys what I was talking about, taping the back side of the screen when you're printing. And I'm sure we will be able to use one of those for a good example. So just hang on tight. So this is what I was talking about, about setting your screen up correctly so that you have your squeegee back here and it's not touching. All right, you guys, behind the camera we have Anonymous, and he's gonna hold the camera. So we have Christian in the building, Hearts in the building. Yeah, boy! What's the name of the guy? 19 was here earlier. We were printing their shirts when the battery died. And I was trying to explain how I tape the back side of the screen, like this one right here. So basically what I did when I was printing their shirts, I taped off all. Christian is in the building. We just finished setting up a couple of jobs right here for this brand who I don't know. My friend Brian got me the job. We have a bunch of them set up right here across the entire press. But what I was talking about earlier is how I tape the screens when I put somebody else's design on the back side. So basically what happened here, when I was printing 19's brand, I taped off all of this off. So now when I come and print Hearts, we're gonna do the opposite and tape all of this. So when we're ready to reclaim it, we just gotta peel it. We have a little bit of ink here and a little bit of ink here, and that's it. A lot of people are afraid to use this 3-inch box tape because they think it's gonna peel some of the emulsion off, but let me show you. Did you say 3-inch? Check it now. And it's not hurting the emulsion in any way, so I wouldn't say don't be afraid to use it. It comes off pretty easy. So when you're reclaiming, you don't have to take forever to peel the tape off. That's it for today, you guys. Hearts in the building. We're gonna finish this. Cynthia's on her way. We're gonna get some food in our system. And we out.